Kia ora. Facebook world. How are you? How are you? I think I am live. Just gonna give it a couple of moments. Lighting the candle. See if I can. This is a fat, thick tea light candle, but I have a feeling it's gonna last a bit longer. I keep on running out of candles because my room is very cold and there's actually no heating in here. And one, candlelight gives me warmth. Two, it's like it warms my heart and it brings light into my life. So I have been burning lots of candles. If you're joining us today, my name is Madeline Lee. I'm from Rigel Stigma. I am just going to share this live onto my personal page and into a couple of my beautiful communities. And then we can pull some cards. So a bit of a spontaneous card pull today, but I'm feeling called to it. So I'm going to see what messages and things are wanting to come through. I can feel a rise in myself coming. Like I can feel the ness kind of coming and glowing inside me, that exciting glow, that excitingness coming on. So let me just I don't even know if that makes sense. Let me just share this to feed. And then if you are joining me, say kia ora, say good evening. It is 7:24 here in New Zealand. So we're going to pull some messages today and I'm going to share a little bit. Because I've got a lot of, it's interesting, I'm such a vocal person, a vocal soul. I'm learning to listen more and more and more over time. But it's definitely like I'm made to talk and it talks through me sometimes. Like stuff just comes and I don't even know sometimes. It's just words and just ideas and things and messages and all the things that make so much sense, which also don't make sense, but they all really make sense. So, let's just share it into the group. Let's see. I'm gonna go more options. Share to a community, that's what I clicked. We're gonna go a wild weather world. And then we have one more place to share. If you are joining us, say kia ora, say hello, good evening. We'd love to know that you're here joining us. Where you're coming in from. So stormy out there today. So stormy, so cleansing. I absolutely I feel like many or a lot of people are like, oh my god, yuck, the weather's so yuck. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's alive. Mother Nature is alive and it is beautiful and I feel it and it's speaking a language when the weather is like this and it's cleansing and it's purging. And saying that, I'm inside. My dad is currently working on the ferry. That's his job, and far out he looks like he's banging against the side of the wharf. It's very alive out there, so I do feel for people that are out there working in the weather. But for me, when I have the rain and the wind around me and it feeds my soul and fills me up, as does the sunshine, depending on what state we're in, for sure. But yeah, baby, yeah. Okay, so if you're joining us, say kia ora. My name is Madeline Lee. I'm from Rigel Stigma. we're gonna pull some messages and cards today. So if you're joining me, feel welcome to say hello and kia ora. Do feel welcomed to put a yes please in the comments if you would like a intuitive message today. And I would love to pull you a message and share with you what's coming through, anything that feels aligned for you today. I am an intuitive healer, a mindset mentor, an expressive dance coach, and I suppose you could call me a herpes advocate, but I don't know why, but the word advocate doesn't sit with me too right, so I always just say like I'm a herpes positive person that supports people around STIs and mental health and things like that as well. So welcome to my beautiful space and community. If you are new here, welcome. Feel welcome to come and say hello. I am a little bit blocked up today. Just got a sticky, snotty nose like we do with common colds. We're going to pull some messages today. If you have not yet seen me advertising, ooh, I'm very excited there. As excited as me. I have a 21-day life shifter open at the moment. If you have not seen me advertise it, it is 21 days and I am in your back pocket helping you to shift your motherfucking life pretty much. Anything challenging, relationships, breakups, family, illness, money, time, parenting, self-worth, sex stuff, mental health stuff, business, commitment in life, anything. So you have unlimited question and answers, you have unlimited voice notes, text messages via Telegram. You get one of my big spread psychic readings. You get daily check-ins with me, intuitive healing, mindset activation, all sorts of guidance in that space. So that's $297 New Zealand. So if you would like any more details on the 21-day life shifter, I am going to start counting down. It's only going to be open for 7 more days from tomorrow. So send me a private message, or the link is in the description and linked below should be. Otherwise check it out, ask me any questions if you're on the fence or you're kind of confused or not sure if it's something for you. But pretty much if you are ready to unstuck your life and have some momentum, it's for you, baby. We've got a couple of other ladies that are in there at the moment, and one of them's been there for 2 weeks and another one a week and a half, and then we've got a couple more ladies that are on the edge of signing in as well. So come and jump into that space. So if you are live with us today and you would like a card, chuck a yes please into the comments. Otherwise we're going to start with some collective messages today. You can definitely tell when my energy starts to rise and come up because I'm like, all over the place. Just like me dropping 10 cards on the floor then. But it is coming into rise. I'm going to take that one because that was one by itself. So let's have a little look at what we have today. Dancers on 1 foot, balancing act, far out, and green, heart chakra straight away. So this one just jumped out onto the floor for us. Dancers on 1 foot, balancing act. I love the pointed foot there. So number 9. I feel like the message coming through this today. So green is your heart chakra. I feel like there's a lot of like comfort and gentleness that we are needing at the moment as a community or collective or a space, if that makes sense. Like gentle heartness, like love, a lot of unconditional I always want to say unconditional love. I feel like there's a lot of us that are really overworked at the moment. Like I feel like this is dancing on 1 foot, balancing act. I feel like there is a like many of us are feeling really overworked, overwhelmed, And it's like we literally are balancing, like juggling, like going from one to the other and then trying to learn. I feel like it's not like sometimes we might think this might be like a balancing act. Like I kind of hear like sometimes we might approach that negatively, and maybe I did firstly when this message started to come through, that it's like, oh, it's a balancing act, you're not doing so well at balancing. Like that's the first thing that I kind of heard. And then I want to come through into this period or this phase or stage that we're kind of going through. It is all about the learning how to do the juggling act and what works for you, what brings balance in for you, or harmony, like learning. It's like not shaming yourself for the ups and the downs, or choosing to give up or pull out or change your mind or start something and not finish something. I want to be like, there's always a lesson in everything, and you're learning like a harmony of like the different sways and the different tides of like in and out that is coming in your life, if that makes sense. So whether it's like a parenting or juggling like a work and a home life, or like an ill family member, or work and gym and the house, or you're trying to get more nourishment into your food and your diet and your exercise, or it might be study, like managing study and work and kids and all the things, or whatever it is. And or it could be like managing, I shared something about like our 4 bodies and our emotional, spiritual, mental, and what's the other one, physical. I think I got them all then, I think. It's like what body of yours needs more nourishing at the moment? Where is your body, where is your soul, where is your center needing more nourishing, more time and intention into that certain body? Where is it happening? So like for me, I definitely last week I definitely was overworking myself very big, but I was in a big flow and a big creative flow. But then I realized that I had fear in there, that I was like creating, and I have like all these new programs, and I have all of these things that I'm creating and pouring into and pouring out and wanting to put out there to help different people, and my clients ask me these questions, and then it's like, whoa, okay, so I could do this to help people, because I've just realized that I actually have this more of a gift and this more of a skill, that I've just supported and helped and shared this, and it's shifted this person. So now, this is dropped in and I can do this workshop, and it's all like chaotic, and you might be listening or watching right now or on the replay, and you might be like, oh my God, that's a lot, Maddie. That's a lot. And I think that's why I'm sharing it, because last week I was like because I wanted to, like, almost a little bit of fear-based, like in my actions and my behaviors, in a sense of not trusting, because I'm like, oh my God, I need to write all of this down right now. This has just dropped through in this other course. I've got 3 big courses that I'm like starting to create internally and through all the different things, if that makes sense. And they're a long way off coming, if that makes sense. Like it might be like another 6 months or 4 months or something like that before they even birth and even come out and to be released into the public, into my clients and all of these things. But they're right here, and I'm like, oh, come on, let's keep going. And then it's like, are my actions acting out of fear because I'm scared I'm going to lose these ideas? Like I have a little actually it's a big book, not little, a big book of like creation ideas when they drop in, and all of these different lessons and things that I've learned and shifted through, and things I want to share to support us as a whole, as world, as my clients, as me, things that have helped me, and they pour through. And then I realized when I got kind of like a common cold last week, and that's what my snuffly nose is. I feel fine, but I sound snotty. And realizing, coming back into my body, is that actually, okay, Maddie, this is balancing act. This is, okay, you need sleep. You need sleep for 2 days, and that's all you need to do, because the last 2 months you haven't really slept much, because It's like the hours between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. I think it is, are like the most crucial golden hours for like sleep and nourishing and resting and recalibration for us. And those are the hours that I work the best and create. And if I had a choice, if my body could look after itself, I would always be working between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. I just like wonder why it's golden sleep time, because it's golden creation time too, when I'm in a flow and things are coming out of me and I'm creating and I'm pouring into my work and everything that I do. But it doesn't work like that. hard enough. So it was like last week I had tipped nearly over, you know, like my pot had kind of boiled over, not in an angry or frustrated way, but in a way that, I'm boiling over, I'm taking on too much now, I'm chaotic, I'm about to fall on my face because I'm getting to that overworked stage. And then each time I get to that point, I learn more and more to get better and better at taking care of myself and listening to my different bodies and listening and doing my balancing act, learning through dances on one foot. So juggling my business here and my purpose and my clients and all of this deliciousness. And then, boom, okay, I need to just balance back to self-care before I flop. That's the only way that I can, like, relate it at the moment. And then I slept for a few days, and then I came back, and I was like, oh, yeah, I've got a little bit more energy. Keep going. And then nearly overworked again because I wasn't fully recharged. So it was like a balance jump from one side to the other side until I'm like, oh, okay, I'm learning a bit more. I'm learning my thresholds. I'm learning what works for me and what doesn't, and what my bodies need and what different parts of me need, and how to meet my own needs, if that makes sense. So big one. Let's have a look at what the book says for Dancing on One Foot. If you are joining us and you would like a card, feel free to chuck a yes please into the comments. Dancers on One Foot, balancing act, resourcefulness, saying yes to life. Balancing act, resourcefulness, saying yes to life. So resourcefulness, this big time, resourcefulness, I feel like I'm in a lot of money shifting and moving at the moment, but yeah, resourcefulness with when you really fucking want something, you're gonna fucking do it. You'll find a way. So when Dancers on One Foot shows up, you are called to find a new balance. Just as a dancer moves gracefully into each pose, no matter how precarious, how do I say that word? Precariously. Precariously, precociously balanced a step might seem. You must bring equanimity to the situation before you, no matter how thorny or difficult a relationship seems. If you are putting too much effort into managing your life, work, relationship, family, and digital media, you are missing the point. You have to be dancing while juggling your entire life, knowing that at any one time, half of it is going to be up in the air. Juggling! Kia ora, Kavita. Yes, you are most welcome to have a card. I will just finish sharing this one. Where are you coming in from around the world, Kavita? Lovely to have you here. It's not that you are doing too much and find it impossible to catch up. Rather, it's that you are confusing readiness with preparation. It's not that you are doing too much and find it impossible to catch up. Rather, it's that you are confusing readiness with preparation. You will never ever be fully prepared for all the challenges in life, but you can be ready to say yes to a new invitation the universe offers you. Live in a state of yes to spirit and no to everything not infused with life, romance, vitality, and the sacred. You will be surprised by how quickly your load lightens when you hold true to this lesson. You are challenged now to work with the resources available to you and not be seduced by the belief, if I only had more. Life has provided you with everything you need to accomplish your goals and fulfill your mission. When it feels like you are losing your balance, do not contract, holding your arms close to your chest, for you will fall. Instead, reach out and extend them fully and saying yes to Spirit's steadying hand. Ah, beautiful card. Absolutely beautiful. Where are you coming in from around the world today, Kavita? My name is Madeline Lee. I'm from Ride Your Stigma. I am in Auckland, New Zealand. Just going to blow my nose. One moment, please. Alrighty. I'd love to know what part of the world that you're coming in from, Kavita, and if you are still there, and we can pull an intuitive message for you today. Lovely. Lovely. So, if you guys are joining today, feel free to say hello. Let me know how you are, what time of day it is. It is the evening here in New Zealand, and it is rainy and stormy. Just wait to see if you're still here, Kavita. If you could just let me know that you're still here, and then we can pull a message for you. Lovely. Just like people to be live in the moment. Live, as alive as the storm out there. Been a interesting afternoon, to be honest. Lots of exciting new wins. Had some people get some new jobs and some positive wins and celebrations in their lives this afternoon, which was super, super exciting. Very exciting. And I pulled it out, and it's just here again, the exact same card, and you just saw me shuffle. Yes, okay, I'll leave you out here, you beautiful dancers on one foot. I don't know what you would call this beautiful creature or creation here, but it's like a butterfly. Like, I don't know. There's a name of like these little animal things that look like insects, but it's like got butterfly wings, but like human legs. Just I can't find the words, but absolutely incredible. Love that it came out again after that shuffling. Okay, let's see what else we have for Monday messages. If you are just discovering our space as well, guys, I have a women's support community named A Wild Weather World, so you can go and check that out as well. Otherwise, there is the Ride Your Stigma support group as well, which everyone is welcome in that wants support and wants to propel themselves forward in their life, heal, learn, share, inspire others, and bring positivity through. Overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. 43. Overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. So when looking at this card today, guys, it's like the standout for me is like the gush of water exploding. It looks like a water world. I don't know if you guys have seen that that movie before. It's quite an old one. It's called Waterworld. And there's a man, and I can't remember what happens to the earth and stuff like that, but I just remember there's a man and he lives on a sailboat by himself. And they literally live in a world of just water, and they learn how to survive, and food's hard and drinking water is hard. So say overflow, overwhelm, and plenty is almost like you have overflow. It's like what I just described in my creative flow last week, like that I had so much overflowing, like oozing from me, like so many ideas, so many messages, so many things, so many courses, so many things just coming and coming and coming, and so busy, but busy in a beautiful way, not busy in the way that we can sometimes say that we're busy and we're just messing around, but it's like there is so much overflow, there's so much to give, there's so much to take in and observe, and so much to be grateful for, so much to accept, so much to nourish you and feel through. It's like it's just oozing out, and it's like the overwhelm is the feeling. It's like the overwhelm is the feeling that I was feeling last week, because I actually messaged my mentor last week and was like, do you know what? I'm getting so much that I can't even cope with it. It's like I can't sleep at night because there's just so much coming through, and there's so much I want to create, and I'm like, I need to do this, I'll just keep doing this, I'll just do this one more thing, and then all of a sudden it's like 4 hours later and I'm like, whoa, it's 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. tomorrow and I haven't slept yet, or I haven't eaten, and then my physical health has been, you know, having that exhaustion and needing to come back. And I think there is also a power of pushing through when the creation comes and putting other things to the side as well. But we find our own harmony or our own balance. Yeah. Just going to read from the book for Overflow 43. Overflow. Too much, overwhelm, and plenty. So many good things are headed your way, or are already occurring in your life right now. Yet you may be thinking that they are not possible and you're not worthy of them. Abundance is everyone's natural state before we project our restrictions on it. Defining what it means, who has it, who gets it, and so forth. Right now, take yourself out of your conditioning and look at your life through the eyes of plenty. There is so much beauty and love, opportunities and divine synchronicities destined to support your dreams abound and are lined up for you. Yet it's sometimes difficult to discern it all because you're bombarded with too much information and stimulation, distracting you from the truth that all is well. Sometimes all this overflow can be overwhelming, and you may find yourself responding with empathy overload. Empathy overload occurs when you tune into the collective angst and fear about impending changes and uncertainties. It's unmanageable. You feel like you're drowning in those emotions. It's time to allow yourself to detach, bring yourself back to your life, restore your faith in a power greater than you, and remind yourself to focus on your smaller personal universe, which is much easier to manage. In this way, you know that you are a conduit for life's blessings and can share them with others, making this perception of overflow profoundly positive. Far out. A big one on me. Maybe this reading is this is me. This is me today and last week. I'm just going to do one more. Root Girl, the Disowned Self, 46. Root Girl, the Disowned Self. First thing I think as we pull this card, it's like ground, Maddie, ground. It's like, where's your roots? Where's your roots? Wiggle your toes. I want to say, like, wiggle your bare feet into the cold soil. Have the soil and the dirt and the sand squeezed between your toes, and just feel the earth to come back to roots. And I picture, like, depending if you've been in meditation before and if you do those kinds of things, I just feel like just feel my whole energy drop then. But it's like when we do certain meditations and just visualizing and closing our eyes around the imagination of us being part of the trees and the roots going into the ground, like having our feet and our bare feet and I say cold, wet, dirty soil, grounding soil, sand, dirt, mud even. Maybe it's because of the surrounding weather that I'm feeling and all the rain and the things, but I feel like it's so, I was about to say, so rooting, so grounding, and so into the roots at the moment. With we're learning to balance in our own balancing act of harmony, and then the overflow and overwhelm, that it is all positive, like it said at the end of here, that it is positive, but it's shifting and moving through and seeing the plentiful, all the things we do get, all the things we do get to do, that we do have, that we all the gratitude, all the appreciation and the acceptance that we have, like looking at the plentiful, that there is always enough of everything we have and we need and we want and we are and who and where we are now. And then it's like, get into the squishy mud. All I can think about is and all I can visualize is put your feet in the mud. Put your feet in the mud. Am I weird? Put your feet in the mud. That's all I can hear. Put your feet in the mud. Maybe I have to go and find some mud tomorrow when I wake up and go and squish my toes in some mud. 46. Root Girl, the Disowned Self. Hidden beauty, the need for acceptance and love. Root Girl sits shivering, unclean and naked at the base of the tree of the self. She is unloved, unwanted and shunned for her deformities. She has no home but is safe, burrowing underground to dwell near the deepest roots of this sacred tree. Who is she to you? Could this urchin be the one part of you that, reintegrated, can lead you to wholeness and true purpose? This is a part of you, the embodiment of a deeply flawed perception of your failures, manifesting as guilt and shame. When you project envy onto others or any emotion or instinct that you've learned to repress or deem unnatural, it's this homeless child self-crying for attention, acceptance, and love. You want to lash out, ignore it, push it aside, all the while refusing to acknowledge this ugly quality as belonging to you. But if you would only look into the root girl's eyes and see the beauty and the unmet need, your unmet need, you would realize that this part of you asks for your compassion and understanding. This part of you was born when you were wounded and were conditioned to believe you're not whole, that your expression of self is somehow too much or too little. You may have even inherited this creature from your ancestors. However, it was this child self to be curled up at the roots of your sacred tree self. It's time to welcome her into your heart. When you do, everything you've been searching for becomes illuminated, and your path lights up with renewed purpose. When you come to love Root Girl and claim her as your own, accepting her and your humanity, she is transformed just as you are. Then all manner of magic begins to arrive in abundant form. Look for the beauty. Super, super, super powerful. Wow. Very, very special cards today. This made me feel very calm and very grounded, funny enough. Lots of beautiful messages in there today. So if you're feeling called, beautifuls, I am taking one-on-one psychic reading bookings, 57 New Zealand dollars. The link is in the description. Otherwise, my 21-day life shifter is open for another 7 days. If you would like any more details or to ask any questions, please send me a private message. Otherwise, the link is linked in the description in the comments. But love yous all. Stay safe in the storm and enjoy the cleansing aliveness of Mother Nature.